I was approached by a group of police officers. I call them corrupt. Rebi, she's a captain in the Hawks. Maritz, and a whole group of company, because the threats of our lives and the demand of money began to grow.
Controversial Prophet Shepherd Bushiri has publicly accused a senior South African police officer, known as General Sibiya, of being paid to make his legal case disappear. Bushiri says members of his team met with this officer and that large sums of money were collected in the officer's name to stop the investigations. He also named other senior police officials he says were involved in trying to arrange this outcome. These are serious allegations that touch on trust in institutions and the rule of law. To see why this matters, we must recall the background. Bushiri and his wife were arrested in South Africa in 2019 on charges, including fraud and money laundering. They posted bail and later left South Africa. Over time, the case moved through courts in both South Africa and Malawi, and in 2025, Malawi's courts made rulings that complicated extradition efforts and reshaped the public debate. The long legal fight is the context for the new public statements and accusations. Bushiri's specific claim is that a high-ranking officer demanded or accepted payments, and that the sums kept increasing to keep the case quiet. If the claim is true, it would show serious corruption at a senior level in law enforcement. If the claim is false, it could be an attempt to discredit investigators and influence public opinion. Either way, the allegation must be examined through evidence and proper procedure. There are different voices in this story. Supporters of Bushiri argue the allegations expose a corrupt system that targeted their leader. They say court rulings and public statements support the view that the couple faced unfair treatment. Critics point to Bushiri's record of legal trouble and warn that accusations of bribery might be a distraction from the charges. Neutral observers and legal analysts will want documents, such as bank transfers, meeting records, and sworn statements before drawing conclusions. The institutions named are central to public safety. The Hawks and other priority units have handled portions of the Bushiri file in the past. Claims that senior officers in such units were involved in bribery would be extremely damaging. Independent oversight bodies, internal affairs units, and anti-corruption agencies would need to examine any evidence and report their findings publicly to restore or confirm trust. Practically, several questions now matter. Will police investigate their own officers? Will prosecutors probe bank records and financial flows? Will witnesses come forward with documents or sworn testimony? Because the case spans borders, cooperation between South African and Malawian authorities may be critical for tracing transfers and verifying claims. If evidence is found, it could lead to charges and reforms. If not, the allegations could remain debated but unproven. There are three plausible paths ahead. 1. An independent investigation produces clear findings and leads to prosecutions or exonerations. 2. The courts focus only on the original fraud charges, and the bribery claims remain unresolved. 3. The matter becomes politically charged and stalls, leaving the public with questions and eroding trust. Each path has costs. Investigations are expensive, narrow legal focus can leave problems hidden, and political fights can block truth. The human impact is important. Followers who gave money, staff who work for the church, and ordinary people who trusted institutions may all feel the effects. If bribery occurred, victims include not only taxpayers but also people who believed in the pastor. If the claims are false, reputations are harmed. That is why fair, evidence-based processes matter to protect both justice and innocent people. For those watching, here is how to follow responsibly. Look for reports from reputable news organizations and official statements from courts and watchdogs. Avoid sharing rumors from social media unless the claims are supported by documents or verified witnesses. Ask for forensic evidence, such as bank records or signed statements. Demand transparency from institutions and support independent oversight. The public can press for accountability without vilifying others before facts are shown. In short, Shepherd Bushiri's allegations about General Sibiya are significant but remain allegations until proved. The story involves law, institutional integrity, cross-border legal issues, and strong public emotions. The best next steps are careful investigations, clear public reporting, and fair legal processes. Watch for updates from courts, police oversight bodies, and credible journalists as the situation develops. What do you think will happen next? Will this change public trust in police or courts? Should outside observers be allowed to help review such claims? Please share your respectful views in the comments, and if you have credible documents or links, paste them there so we can review them. If you found this breakdown useful, subscribe, hit the bell, and share this video so more people can follow verified updates. Thank you for watching. Key evidence would include clear bank records showing transfers to named accounts, contemporaneous meeting records or witness testimony, and phone or message logs that confirm claims. Forensic accountants and impartial investigators can assemble a picture from such data. Independent oversight matters. Internal inquiries are useful, but can lack independence. National anti-corruption agencies, parliamentary committees, or regional partners can help when cross-border banking and legal steps are involved. Public summaries of findings, with sensitive details redacted, can help rebuild trust while protecting witnesses. Possible reforms include stronger whistleblower protections, clearer rules on police interactions with the public, and faster handling of corruption claims tied to criminal cases. Reforms require political will, but they can reduce the chance that powerful people avoid scrutiny. This story is developing. Treat the allegations as serious but unproven until evidence is tested in a fair process. If you want us to follow specific documents, paste links in the comments. If you found this useful, subscribe and click the bell. Leave a respectful comment with sources or questions you want covered next. Thank you for watching. There's also a clear human cost when stories like this break. Families of victims of alleged crimes, church members, legal teams, and ordinary citizens all face stress and uncertainty. Court delays and public accusations can harm mental health and livelihoods. Journalists also face pressure to report quickly but accurately. For that reason, balanced coverage matters. We should demand verified facts and humane reporting that protects vulnerable people while pushing for transparency. Please share this video if you want more updates, and tell us which documents or questions to pursue next. Your voice matters in demanding truth and fairness. Subscribe for careful, evidence-based updates and hit the bell to stay informed.